Good afternoon, I'm Kim Baez. New Mexico schools get a big fat F. 87% of the state's schools are not making the grade according to test scores. News 13's Selena Westervelt is live at Washington Middle School in Southwest Albuquerque with this story.
Kim, for middle schools like this one, the scores are simply dismal. The new tests show that only 6% of them across the state are meeting those federal standards. And now the state Secretary of Education is calling for some big-time reform. The scores are out, and it's not looking good for New Mexico public school students. Only half are reading at grade level, and in math and science, it's worse. According to a federal test, only 42% are where they need to be. Only 13% of all public schools in the state are making adequate yearly progress under the controversial No Child Left Behind Act.
If your students come in to your 5th grade class and they're reading at the 2nd grade level, but in your school you move those students from 2nd to 4th grade in 1 year, so that's 2 years worth of progress in 1 year's time. We need to acknowledge that. We need to champion that. AYP results don't let us do that. School grading does.
Education Secretary Hannah Skandera says giving schools an A through F type grading system will help fix the problem. She says it's easier for both teachers and parents to understand and will more accurately track students' progress. That reform was just passed by the legislature and starts this school year. She says the state also needs to look at how it grades its teachers.
We're acknowledging that it's not a pass-fail for our schools. Well, it's not a pass-fail for our teachers. And there's no way right now to acknowledge the unbelievable teachers we have and those who need additional training, etc., to really come alongside our students in a meaningful way.
The tests were different this past school year, so Education Secretary says it's hard to compare these numbers to previous years. She suspects for the most part, students' scores are flat in every category. She says the main focus now needs to be reading.
We can focus on literacy. I think we're going to see a shift across the board. I also believe in the transparency and accountability. We've got to engage our parents and our communities and say, this is the state of New Mexico. We need to own this.
Now, another component here, according to the secretary, is the fact that we need to focus on 3rd grade reading levels. She says that 3rd graders shouldn't be allowed to pass 3rd grade if they are not up to that grade level, and that is something that she does want to focus on. She also says that AYP scores can be misleading and that just because they don't schools don't meet the AYP does not necessarily mean they're failing. Kim, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Selena. Now, only 6 Albuquerque public schools made adequate yearly progress. APS says the whole system is misleading because the tests and the standards keep changing.